In Person versus ChefSudiste. Good series. Let's check it out. See what we got here. Alright, so here we are. We got I Am Person as the Ottomans and ChefSudiste as the Portuguese. So Portuguese versus Ottomans. Now, Portugal versus Ottomans. Very interesting matchup, mainly because both civs favor Fast Fortress very much. Ottomans are most certainly going to go for a Fast Fortress whenever they get the chance to, and same with the Portuguese. The Portuguese are really reliant on their Fast Fortress so that they can guarantee 3 town centers, right? Because with Portuguese, every age up gives you a covered wagon that becomes a town center. So for Portuguese, it really makes no sense to stay in age 2 with 2 town centers when you can get 3 of them in age 3. Between the covered wagon you get in age 2 and then the one you get in age 3 for free. Yeah, then you're working off of a full 3 town center boom basically with your settlers, which you really want. Yeah, and also you got better cards in age 3 for Portuguese as well. You get cazadores, dragoons, your 8 help, shipmen, and then your organ guns. So that's really what you want to work with, I would say. Alright, so Ottoman's going to start up with capitalism. That's usually a sign for straight up Fast Fortress. It's Sublime Cav Abbas. So, looks like he's going to be going in more of the route of either going Delhi Abbas or Cav Archer Abbas in age 3. Very reasonable, I think. Should get a lot done. Yep, most definitely. And the reason why Ottomans have a trading post so early with the mosque is because the mosque trickles some XP out, and then the trading post also receives deliveries of XP, which ensures the Ottomans can maintain consistent unit shipment arrival times to maintain their fast fortress, and potentially even their fast industrial, which they can use to then really pound on the opponent with very powerful cards. Ottomans are really known for the power of their cards because majority of the Ottoman roster is very strong. You know, Janissaries are really tough, Abbas guns are very tough, Bombards are very tough, Safais, the Mamluk shipment is very tough. Yeah, no, Ottomans are known for packing a punch with their cards, and that's why they need to make sure they start their build order with a mosque and a trading post, so that those cards arrive just when they want them, you know. They're not sitting there waiting on a click, click, click for it. It's right there. So they're going to get the Naturalist. The Naturalist, in particular, is a very fast fortress, naked fast fortress, meaning a straight up to age 3, not stopping for military setup. Because it essentially gives you 2 semi-fan cows with about 200 food apiece. By the time you actually eat the cows, they probably accumulate like 3 or 4 extra food, which is good. And then you eat up those cows very quickly, and then you'll have enough food for the Fortress Age, which is about 1.2k food combined, which is normally what you're trying to do there. And then you also have 2 villagers too as another bonus of the Naturalist, which is quite good. Also picking up the hunting dogs, tech with the market. Very good decision there. And what about the other side? Portugal could also be going Naturalist. Yeah, they are going with the Naturalist. See, this is the thing you got to look out for with these politicians. If you see Portugal going with the Naturalist, that means naked fast fortress guaranteed, and then same thing for the Ottomans too. So both of them are going to enjoy the semi-fan cows, and they're going to eat them up very quickly so that they can basically, you know, generate the food they need for that age up, which is good. Let's see what Portugal's got under their sleeve though. So, alright, it's Cazador, Dragoon, Organ, Halberdier, standard crates. So nothing looks too out of the ordinary for the Portuguese here. ChefSudiste does include cigar roller as well as sustainable agriculture in his age too. Because Portugal is one of the civs that you can actually afford to run the economic gather rate cards with for late game. Whereas other civs it would be frowned upon because basically you need a lot of space for unit and crate cards. For Portuguese, because they're almost certainly guaranteed to do a fast fortress successfully, they can afford to put a few eco cards in. Cigar roller and sustainable are very good because you're not really going to include too much in your age 2 hand. So you may as well put a little bit of eco in there. And then economic theory is across the board good because it affects all gather rates across the board by 10%. So hunting, mining, wood chopping, and if you do have to go into mill, plantation, estate economy later, you can. So that's very helpful for that. So it looks like Sudiste will be going with the forward town center on top of this bison hunt here, as well as this one. So Sudiste is playing a little bit more expansive, it looks like. You do have the option as Portuguese to either play defensively and store a turtle around your main starting area, or you can expand town centers out like this and really move out onto the map properly, which is very good. Yeah. So it looks like the Portuguese are now going to age up with the marksman and get 6 cazadores. Is that right? And the Ottomans still haven't got enough coin yet, so once they do, then they'll click up as well. They'll click up with the scout. So they're going for the cavalry, whereas Sudiste is going for the skirmishers, the cazadores. So a little bit of a difference there. We'll see how that ends up going. Let's see what other cards this Ottoman has. So they got their Sifahi shipment. They do have their Cav Archer shipment. They got the Abbas. They got the Falks. They got the Mamluks. They do not have the 8 Janissary one. Just from the deck itself, this is really oriented for cavalry only. So no endurance school, yeah. But you do have your mosque construction here, so you can actually set up an industrial age setup where you get this to cheapen the royal decrees, and then you send this so you can get the royal decrees one after another, and just wham the enemy with really tough armies of troops. You know, Nizams, Safais, Bombards, one after another, yeah. Okay, so we might actually see an industrial age here from the Ottomans, because we're not seeing any real concerted effort to make a production building. He's going with all food. When you see a player as any civ just hunting like this crazy all on food, while transition between age 2 and 3, that's like a red flag that, hey, they're going to go for an industrial age, because they're not even concerned about getting down a barracks or a stable. They're just worried about picking up the 2k food needed for that industrial age. Because what happens is, oh, no, wait a minute, no, he's going with Sublime Port, never mind. So basically this card, Sublime Port, this card here basically takes all your food and turns it into wood. So that's kind of a trick. If you don't know what this card does, you might get confused, because it looks like they're going for industrial age by gathering all the food, but they're actually just trying to get as much food as possible, because now he's going to get 3,000 wood. He can build all the houses he needs, he can get artillery foundries, he can get stables, he can probably get all the techs at the mosque to ramp up his free settler production rate by maximum of 15% between all 3 techs. It's a really good setup, yeah. And then now he's going to send 1,000 coin as well. So he's got a stable, he's got a foundry, about 500 wood. He's got these techs in. But the Portugal is coming in with dragoons now, so he is going to contest this area, try to be aggressive. He also sent in his 8 halberdier shipment too, so the Portuguese could potentially they're going to try to siege the foundry here. Look at that. He's already going after his foundry now. He's already putting it in check. However, the Ottoman is going to try to put some Abbas guns out before that foundry goes down. And he is sending out the Bashi Bajouks to try to distract his army too. Alright, he's going to use his helps to finish off the rest of the Bashis there. So he's got them all done. Yep, okay. So this batch of Abbas will come out on time, it looks like. Something there, still distracted. Yeah, the foundry will go down though. Foundry goes down right over here. Okay. So the stable's still up, and he's going to be making cav archers with it to support the Abbas. He's got his dragoons in the melee, because one thing Sudiste wants to do, he wants to rush the Abbas gunners and completely wipe them out. Wipe them out, basically, yeah. 1 second. Yeah, that's weird. So, yeah. Yep, basically what I was saying is the reason why he had his dragoons in melee there, because he really wants to wipe out the Abbas guns first, because these are the units that pound down tonnage of damage, basically. So yeah, pretty much that's what he's doing. And now you got the Cazadores there trying to fight the Cav Archers. Very nice. Alright, so now we got Dragoons and Khazars trying to fight up these Bastard Bajouks, these Abbas, and these Dragoons. Very good. Alright, so now shipping in the 5 Dragoon shipment. So he didn't even send that in yet, so that'll give him a nice advantage in light cav. Also, you could eventually send in the organ guns too, for sure, and likewise the Ottomans could get their falconets at some point. Ottomans are going to use the rest of their wood to get Grand Bazaar, basically to maximize their Ville production. Unfortunately though, he is a bit housed right now, so... Okay, so what is he doing? He was going to get 1,000 wood so he could get some houses out, but now he's just going to go with falconets. Because now the Portugal is back in his base, attacking him again with Dragoon, Cazador, Halberdier there. So that's not good. So what you have to do is you basically got to get the 2 falconets out there and then try to pound on them. Yeah, basically. Very good. But unfortunately the Dragoons right here, so they're going to hit these falconets right then and there. Look at that. Right into the melee. It's going to be an instant snipe and they're going to be gone. That's a big power play by the Portugal because now the falconets are out and now he loses his big weapon against the Cazadors now. Alright, Cav Archers are out. More Abbas coming in, more Cav Archers coming in. Very good. Khazur Ep takes out Abbas. Oh wow, you still have a Uruk there. That'll be one less economy for you. Okay, so 5 Cav Archers coming out from the Ottoman. Yeah, it's looking like it's going in the favor of the Portuguese. Because here's the thing. When you leave Portugal alone and they're not in any sort of danger and their army is alive and well, they can go full 3 town center boom. Automatically. Now, they don't even have to think twice about it because, again, you get 1 covered wagon with each age up. So, no matter what, Portugal is always going to have 3 town centers. So, if they're not in any sort of danger and their army isn't being clobbered, which it looks like it's the case right now since they're able to retain some army, they can maintain 3 villager boom. And right now, that Portugal's up to 59 villagers. 59 villagers. And he just added eco theory to it, so now they're gathering even better now by 10%, so that's very deadly right there. Absolutely deadly. Absolutely deadly right there. And now you got so many Cazadors, you can basically try to one-shot these Abbas guns and try to make a real gain on them. Yeah. Okay, he is being careful though, because here's the thing. The Ottoman did get a 2nd town center in his base, so he does have a little bit more defensibility at this position. So he kind of can't stay under this area for too long. If it was just 1 town center, maybe. But we're talking like 2 range attacks of like 90 blasting down on you, which you have to be very careful of. Alright, so he's going to try and come in with the Cazadors again and try to snipe these Abbas one by one. That one's down. This one's going to be down. Yep, and this one too. He's going to get the Imam as well. Healer. Very good, and there comes the Cazadors there. Very nice. Oh, good match. Good match. So I'm just going to do something real quick. Sit tight and we'll find the next match while we do that, okay?